Fuck you,
Craig.
Craig.
Anyway.
I think I got it.
All right,
Not
welcome back to another
there.
episode of Failed Attempt, where a collection of assholes sit around and try to play Dungeons and Dragons and argue about Craig and other things like bowel movements and anyway. So where you guys ended up, I can say ended up. Yorick's wonderful book at the end of Tears, passing the wonderful ceremony that you all had for her. Lit up bright white and offered him the chance to once again move himself and the team to a desired designated area. I do have to out loud admit that it was a goof and worked at the exact same time. He asked to go to Gaudium, which in his backstory he had been there at least once. He ran. He had been. I can't tell you why, but he had been there at least once. Now, he rolled a 51 on teleport, which in the traditional sense would have gotten you guys at least close to Gaudium. However, this was a skill given to him from the book, and that is not traditional. So when it fell into that scale, it
lost.
It lost. So.
And now we're in fucking map 2.
I can't even tell you guys where you are because no one knows. But you ended up in the middle. You ended up in a.
This is everybody. This is why we're called Failed Attempt.
You ended up in a not very dense forest, surrounded by miles and miles and miles and miles of grassland, which none of you have seen a whole lot of since we started. Mountains on the horizon, and after a few moments of trying to figure out where you are and how you got here, and wanting to kill Yorick for bringing you here, a very familiar Cyclops to Garrison, because he had actually fought one of these before, came out of the bushes. Well, hi, your screen just widened. Oh God, no, Tyler, go back to the narrow one. That's no.
That's too zoomed in.
That's way too zoomed in. That's fine. I was joking. It's all right.
We were joking, you goopers.
If anything, you should back it up so it has more room.
That's okay. Let them figure it out. Their cats are constantly knocking it over anyway. So a Cyclops came bursting out through the trees, and Malidor, in his very, very quick thinking, became shark and threw a card, but his card actually turned the Cyclops into just another him.
Judd!
Hey, what's up?
I'm here.
Now it was pointless.
Turned it into another him, which it immediately started laughing and became more of a friend than a foe. Malidor then did his fire trick with his thumb and just took the creature's attention to the point where it began to just drool puddles beneath its feet. After a few moments of this, it led you guys through the forest, which everyone followed other than Yorick. It led you into an underground pit that then led you to a giant underground city full of trees that had like trailer-sized and shaped buildings on top of each other to make weird tree houses. Yorick eventually caught up to the group in his own unique, confusing way.
I saved him from
you saved him from falling down the staircase. Yes, that was a very good catch. Otherwise, he would have gone 300 feet down, and who knows what would have happened then. At the bottom of the staircase, Malidor rushed off to talk to one of the groups. Realized that they weren't really speaking words, and he really couldn't capture their attention. One of them said the word home and pet, and then suddenly a big majority of them started surrounding the group. So Stephen, Malidor, Merida, and Yorick were all willingly or unwillingly captured and taken into various homes. Vidar, you and Garrison managed to slip out. Last week when I was playing your character, I rolled high enough to keep you from getting captured, and Garrison rolled high enough himself. That's funny. Last week I played you, and this week I'm playing him, and both of you are on the outside looking in. So, just to make you aware, Vidar, they're not traditional tree houses in the sense where they're A-frame. It's literally like trailers, like rectangular buildings.
I got you.
If you have one here on the bottom of the treehouse, the next one is here on the corner. So this entire space is just open and empty, and then another house goes this way, and then it just continues going up like that, like Jenga. But there's nothing, right? And the trees are various sizes. Malador. Okay, so where you guys entered, it was a giant, just flat, empty half moon shape that spanned about 100 feet in every direction. And then at the end of that 100 feet is where the trees began. And these trees were some of them were 5 feet apart, some of them are 10 feet apart. So, and it's just a cluster. There's one line that begins at the end of the half moon, and then it just continues to go in a grid pattern into just this giant city. Malador was taken off. So if you're at the bottom of the staircase facing the city, Malador was taken off to the right, and I believe you were. See, now I have to remember how much I think you went, what, 2 or 3 up?
I don't remember.
Anyway, Yorick was taken
It was very
to.
confusing how many people where we went.
Yorick was taken to the middle, one of the tallest trees that goes all the way up, the whole 300 feet up. He went to the very middle tree in the city that goes all the way up. And you and Garrison watched him be taken all the way to the top of the tree.
Yeah, he got the penthouse suite.
Stephen was taken into a house to the left of Yorick. Merida was taken into one to the left of Stephen. So they were all in their various places. Vidar, what you are going to see right off rip when you begin, and I'm going to start from your perspective, is okay, so it's Malador, Yorick, Stephen, Merida. Okay. Over here on Merida's tree to the left, as you look up and you and Garrison are trying to figure out how you're going to save your friends, if that is indeed your intention, is to try and save them from whoever the hell these things are. On Merida's tree, you were in the 5th. Yes, Merida was in the 5th. That's right. You were in the 5th one. Stephen, I want to say, was either Stephen was in the 1st, I believe. I think you were taken into the 1st house.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you were in the 1st. Malador was in the 3rd. Yorick was way the hell up. And forgive me if I'm wrong, because it's either Malador was in the 1st and Steve was in the 3rd, or it was literally the other way around. But it doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah, I was in the 1st.
You were in the 1st, Steve was in the 3rd. Okay, so we're going to reverse those.
I do remember that.
Yeah, Steve was in the 3rd, Merida was in the 5th, Yorick was in the 25th, and Malador was in the 1st.
Because Garrison went to he went to yours. And he was like, nah, fuck Malador, because I was in the 1st one, and he was like, nah, I'm not going to Malador.
He was going to go to Merida's 1st. But anyway, so Vidar, where you open up in this, where you begin in this, is as you and Garrison are trying to contemplate how to save your friends, Garrison was focusing on Merida's, which she was in the 5th house up on the very left tree. And now as you're looking up, I mean, and this is within a few minutes of you guys talking back and forth trying to contemplate what to do, Merida comes flying out of the front door of this building, followed by a blast of fire. So you guys are looking up going, how are we going to do this? The front door bursts open and like a flamethrower just right out the front door. And following that flame as it dissipates into the air is Merida just free falling down, 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 until eventually you see her arms swing, and you can't really see what's in her hand from that distance, but you see her arms swing into the tree. She stops a little bit and then falls again. And then once again, clink, and finally she's like dangling, and now she was in the 5th one, which was about 70 feet off the ground. Now
Jesus.
she's roughly 35, 40 feet off the ground, with one hand above her head and the rest of her body dangling against the tree.
Oh
So
my God.
that is what Vidar sees as you and Garrison are slowly trying to approach the tree. Like, how are we gonna get them out of here? It's just flamethrower out the front door. Merida flying with the flame down, 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 and then stops and starts dangling against the tree.
Vidar, can't you fly?
No.
No,
That's
Celestial.
only for like it's only for your like Celestial thing.
Yeah, but that doesn't allow him to fly. I just
hover off the
Yeah,
ground
okay.
a little bit.
I mean, Garrison can hover. He can't fly.
Right. Yeah.
But yes, yet. So that is where we open up there. So seeing this, Garrison's gonna, okay, so that happened.
Yes. Malador getting the solo section. Yes.
So Vidar,
just give it a second.
Wait.
Yep, I see it.
You still want to go save her first, or we?
I think she saved herself, but just give it a second. Let's see if any craziness happens, other than a fireball just coming out of that tree. Does anything happen?
As you guys are looking, it doesn't look like anything or anyone is following her out of the treehouse, and it doesn't appear that any of the 4 below hers are reacting at all.
Okay.
Because the way these are set up is she went down the very center of the tree, and there's no houses on the very center of the tree. They're either on the right or the left of the tree, staggered. And she just went down the very middle of the trunk.
You said she's about 30 feet off the ground, right?
Yeah.
It's not that far of a fall.
Yep. 35, 40 feet.
All right.
You just break your ankles.
So,
we could try to catch her. You're gonna have to just drop down.
I'm gonna rush over there and see if I can catch her. So Steve's in that one, and Yorick's way up there. Fuck that guy for now. But yeah. Malador's, I think he's in the first one. He might be in the, I don't know, but he's in that tree way over there. So
we can say fuck that guy for now as well.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over here.
Steven.
I'm gonna go over here and try to catch her.
Okay, we'll try to find a way up to Steven then.
Okay, he's in, and Garrison will point to the tree right next to his. Like he's in that one. I don't really recall. I mean, they all were taken at the same time, but he's on that tree somewhere.
Okay.
So Garrison with his like crazy speed is just gonna flash away. I mean, so 120 feet a turn is what he can go. So he's just gonna blast away to the tree. So basically, before you you look over at the tree trying to analyze if you can remember which one Steve went into during all the chaos. So you look over very little to your right, and when you look over to your left again, Garrison's gone. Like that's how quick, and you just see like a dust trail, because that's how fast he moves. Yep.
Moving.
All right. So what would you like to do?
I will try to move as fast as I can to Steven's tree.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys had escaped to the staircase. So you're about 100 feet from the tree line.
I can move 60 feet a turn.
You move 60 feet a turn. Okay. So I mean that's 12 seconds. Really not that long. But within that 12 seconds, Merida, you dangling from that tree trying to like, well, this is going to hurt if I fall. All of a sudden, hey!
I'm there.
No, you got to look down.
I know.
I don't think you want to stay up there for too long.
No,
Are you? Listen, if you're still on fire, I can't help you.
No. I think my fur took most of it.
That's
I'm currently on fire that I'm aware of.
Okay. So I don't know what you're holding on to, or if you want to continue holding on to it. But if you want to drop, I can try to catch you.
Okay. What what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna see if I can take my foot and like kind of like push off of the tree and try to yank at the same time.
Okay. All right. Give me an acrobatics.
Which I suck at. 10.
10. Okay. All right. So
She pushes herself away from the tree and then comes back and slams it.
well, I mean, you're able to push yourself away from the tree, but the knife stays. First of all, and you push yourself away from the tree in a way where you put your foot out and you push, and then you just go ass over tea kettle. So it's not as graceful as you wanted it to be, where you push and your feet are still pointing down. You push, and you just start falling head first.
Oh, I somersaulted myself.
Yes. So now I get to roll for Garrison to see if he can catch you during all the chaos. And actually, I had just opened up all the character sheets. Look at that shit. I was even late on that. Goddamn. Okay. So his would all.
Yep,
Oh,
you're
okay.
banned.
And his acrobatics, he has. Actually, this would be athletics, but he has a +9 and advantage. God damn. Okay, that is a 23. Yeah. So even though you somersault, he catches you like it's nothing. He just kind of
and I'll land upside down.
He just steps back a little bit and poof, you fall right into his arms.
Thank you.
He just kind of puts you down on your feet.
Who's next?
Yeah. So yeah. So so that building is still on fire. I'm going away now.
Yeah, good idea. Who's next?
And again, I mean, just it's kind of difficult to describe it that way, but quite literally, you blink and he's just he just blasts off in another direction.
Okay. That's all you can do is just okay.
Basically. And Vidar, like as you approach the tree that Steven was brought into, Garrison just right up there with you, like fucking Roadrunner.
You have fun?
Oh well, I caught her.
That's good.
I'm not on fire.
You're still a freaky bitch. Anyways, Steven.
I don't remember which one he went into, so we might have to search them all.
You know, they're pretty stupid. Might need a hand.
A hand?
Well, I mean, how did you escape yours other than the massive fireball?
Well, they put me in a 4-foot cage like I was some kind of pet.
Oh, so you had plenty of room.
I'm
Sorry.
5 foot. 5 foot, 4-foot cage. 5 foot, 4-foot cage. Anyway, they tried to feed me this sop, but I politely declined. Waited for them to fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And basically kind of spooked him a little bit. I started slamming all the doors, so it freaked them out of their sleep. And then I casted my spooky ghosty lanterns and made them fascinated. And then I told them to release the pet. And I was released. And then one of them started fighting the other one. And they started tumbling and turning and rocking the house almost out of the tree. So I decided that I was not going to wait for them to unlock the door. So I set the door on fire and I got out.
Okay.
Do you think the same thing's happening with Steven right now?
I couldn't tell you, theory. I really couldn't tell you. But if you wait for them to fall asleep, they're pretty gullible.
But okay, I mean, if the people in your tree were asleep, the people in this tree might be asleep as well.
We can look through the keyhole in the door and see what's going on.
Sure.
See if he's there. If he's not there, we move to the next one. Once we find out where he is, we can probably play the same game. They're pretty stupid.
Okay.
They're easily entertained by bright lights and fire.
Okay.
Okay, so there's 3 of us that are searching for Steve. And on this tree, there's 7 houses. So do we each take one? Or do we look at them together and move on to the
feel
next?
like you could cover all 7 trees before I could even get to the first one.
Well, not if I want to thoroughly look.
Okay, so you start up at the top of the tree.
To be
And
fair,
me and Meredith will start down at the bottom.
age, so I'm guessing the rest of them were too.
Yeah,
At least
18 on acrobatics. He says okay, and he starts climbing the tree.
Oh no! What do I have to do for mine?
If you're well, which one are you going into?
I'm going into the very first one.
Then you don't have to do anything other than
Oh.
if you're trying to be quiet, it'd be stealth. If you don't care about your noise and you're just trying to look through any openings, most of these houses don't have windows. But if you're trying to either find an opening, it'd be a perception check. If you're trying to look through any openings, also perception. If you're trying to be quiet, it'd be stealth. So how are you looking?
So I got to roll stealth to be quiet, and then 2 different perceptions.
Well, stealth and 1 perception. Stealth would be if you want to be quiet. Perception to see if you can look through anything or what you can look through.
Okay.
Because you guys mentioned you guys mentioned the keyhole. So if you're looking through the keyhole, that would be because I mean that's a pretty small spot.
All right, so 21 stealth.
Hell yeah.
And then here's my perception. 22.
Okay. So what would you like to do? Are you approaching the front door?
Yeah, looking through the keyhole.
Okay. So yeah, Merida, very he's standing right next to you and you can't even hear him step. He just very gracefully, as if he's not even touching the ground, just approaches the front door of the first building and hunches over to look inside the keyhole, which you know from being inside the building is not an easy task to do, looking inside that keyhole. What are you doing as he's doing this?
I am basically just kind of keeping an eye out behind us.
Okay.
At this point, just kind of keeping eye more or less, because I just kind of want to keep an eye out, like what could be around us.
Okay.
And then when I find out where Steven is, maybe then I can be useful.
Give me a perception check.
Me. Okay.
Which you're a +3 if you're rolling with dice.
That is 18.
Okay. So you are trying to keep an eye out to make sure everything is safe while he looks through the keyhole.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Steven, we're going to go to you.
Yay.
So you were brought into your house and tossed into a cage where you asked for, what was it, a snake?
Snake and honey.
Snake and honey, and they gave you a rat.
Yep.
That was still alive.
Yep.
I can't remember if you ate it or not.
I did not.
You did not eat it. Okay, so now it's like Ratatouille. It's just kind of hanging out in your cage. But I mean, it's not cooking anything for you. It's just chilling in your cage and squeaking and afraid. As you're looking, because you can see out your cage. It's it's kind of like a mini jail cell. But even at your height, you're still hunched over. They didn't. It's not a jail cell that was meant for your size. Is basically what you're literally like kind of crushed inside this thing, and now you have a rat that's climbing up and down your legs trying to figure out what the hell's going on. For whatever reason, the rat's not smart enough to just squeeze back through the cage. It's running up and down you, trying to find out where it is and what it's supposed to do. And as
you finish.
As you're looking out the cage, the inside of this trailer it resembles the outside of a tree. It's not smooth floors in here or smooth walls. It's as if they took the tree and just turned it inside out.
Okay.
So the bark on the outside is also on the inside, which is not supposed to be how it is at all. Once you remove the bark from a tree, it's supposed to be wood, smooth or not. It's all rough bark texture inside the building, and you have 3 of these Cyclops inside here. One of them appears to be literally sitting in a lazy boy, like in a recliner chair that's also made out of tree. Which for Steven, you like it, that would be a massive question mark. How and why? To your right, you have one that's sitting behind a bar that kind of resembles the bar at the Crook House, where it's filleting fish and cutting up fruit and like preparing a platter. Where they offered you a live rat, this one's over there actually preparing food that looks and smells fairly decent. And then behind the bar, you have another one that is sitting in another chair facing a wall that has nothing on it.
So he's just staring at the wall.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
So that is your perspective from inside the house. Now, I need a perception check from you, by the way. Just so that I know how much I can tell.
14.
Oh. Okay, there we go. My microphone fucking turned off again. So,
how dare you?
I don't know. It's
how dare you?
Whatever. It must be how I'm sitting, but I don't care. So, a 14 was high enough. As you're sitting in the cage, scanning the building and everything that I just described, trying to figure out what the hell to do with this rat that just won't leave you alone, you hear to your right, outside the building, a massive explosion that lasts for a few seconds and then nothing after that. So you are now aware that there is something going on outside your building.
Okay. So first off, I'm gonna take the rat and I'm gonna shove him through the bars.
Okay, easy enough. Just boom.
Okay, and then I'm
It
going
starts just scurrying around the floor.
to how like structurally sound is this cage?
What
like
are
if
you
I were
trying
to
to
hit
do?
it really hard with something, like would it open?
Well, the thing is, it's tight. So like you can't swing. You know what I mean? You don't have enough room to swing anything.
What about my head? Could I swing my head into the door?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
just
definitely
do the
could.
ram melee attack.
Yes, yeah, it would be an attack to yes, it would yes. It
Do I
would
need
be
to roll for that?
Yes. Inanimate object or not, you still need to roll.
Well, that's
okay. So you managed to shake the bars, but all it did was give you a little headache.
I thought I was being smart with that. Oh, I'm out of ideas. Oh wait, no.
Love it. I love it so much. Like, well, you know what, Jake? Sorry, he's Patrick.
If I can't break it, I give up.
He's Patrick. You remember the open sesame? Well, I did all I can do. See, he's Patrick. I'm sorry.
Judd, you gotta grab the lid.
I guess I am SpongeBob.
The
That's
lid.
crazy.
Yeah.
The lid.
He is Patrick.
The lid. The lid.
The lid.
Okay.
Freeze! Now move gently up the jar. Now hold, warmer. You're there. You're hot. Fire!
Oh, it burns!
Okay, now do as I do. Do.
Oh, I broke it. All right.
Okay.
Steve, you said you had something else.
I mean, my only other thought would be vicious mockery.
On what?
Probably the one staring at the wall.
Okay.
Let him have
And
it.
actually,
Let him
funny
have it.
thing is, I used.
What are you gonna say to him?
Well, hold on a sec, because I've homebrewed the shit out of this spell. Because
boy.
I used it as a bard. My bard that I used it with, little side note, started with absolutely nothing and then became an emperor of 13 territories.
Jesus.
By the time he was level 17, I was an emperor of 13 territories. I win and fucking took shit over. And Vicious Mockery helped me do it.
I slept with your mother, and she was below average.
Actually, by the time my guy was level 17, by the time my guy was level 17, he had 150 kids with like
Jesus.
With like 30 different races.
Sperm donor.
I actually had a list of children. I should find it and show it to you guys.
For that one,
that makes me just think of the person on Sims.
Do what?
Babies.
Do what, York?
I'm gonna remember that, and I'm gonna start doing that.
I slept with your mother, and she was below average.
If the target can
Yo,
hear
father
you.
smells of elderberries.
Okay, so with this one, it has to be able to hear you and it has to be able to understand you. It must succeed on a save of wisdom throw or take a die of 4 psychic damage and have disadvantage on the next attack. Now, again, I've homebrewed the shit out of this spell, which I might actually go in and change this for you. So the way that I've done this is you tell me what you're going to say to this thing. And if it is, I guess I could say if it's worded strongly enough based on what you want it to do, it's not just going to be the die of 4. It'll be whatever you want it to do. For an example with mine, when I was my bard and I cast Vicious Mockery, I had to break someone out of prison. So I cast Vicious Mockery on one of the guards and succeeded. And I had told him that the guard standing next to him had slept with his wife. And I rolled high enough to where he believed me. And started fucking like trying to kill the other one. And I was successful. So I've used Vicious Mockery like that. So it's more than just subtle insults that cast psychic damage. I've allowed it to actually alter their state of
persuasion with extra benefits.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. I literally I've allowed the spell if said strongly enough to alter their state of mind.
I
Which
reckon
is-
these guys
Yeah,
have pretty
So
weak
if
stats.
Yorick uses it, it's a crit, though.
Not necessarily, but
If he uses I slept with your mother, and she was below average.
Shut up, Vidar.
so
With
that-
a long rest.
Huh?
Have I gotten a long rest?
no, because
Okay.
you technically haven't gone to bed yet.
Okay.
But yes, Steve. So if you're casting vicious mockery, just let me know what you said on the guy staring at the wall.
Yeah, on the guy staring at the wall.
What would you like to say? What or do?
I'm gonna tell him that the guy sitting in the recliner thinks that he's better than you, and if you let me out of this cage, I'll help you beat him up.
That's actually for these guys. That's pretty good. So what I need you to do. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is gonna be fucking easy for you. So roll a persuasion. So I'm gonna add that extra layer to the spell. Roll a persuasion, which
29,
you have
and I have triple advantage. Or no, not triple, double advantage.
It's not even double. It's just advantage.
Oh,
but
okay,
you're
double.
fucking plus 10.
Still,
So
still 29.
yeah, it's never double advantage. It's just
Okay.
advantage. But you have a plus 10. That's fucking insane. That's expertise, is what that is.
Yeah.
So 27. Okay. Now
Nope.
I need to.
Yeah.
And a wisdom save? Nope. Not with these things. So yeah. Okay. So you cast this, and you say those words, and this 14-foot tall fucking football player built monstrosity is going to jump out of this chair. And what you're going to feel as it jumps out of the chair and lands flat foot on the ground is the house do this. As you are now against the right side of this cage, as you're literally like feeling the tree and the house kind of do this shit. And it stops and sways back. But it kind of does this for a couple of seconds. You guys on the outside see this, by the way. Garrison, being at the very top of the tree, feels it more. But Merida, you being on the lookout with an 18 perception, see the same shit you felt in your house as Vidar literally has his eye in a keyhole and you're looking up watching the tree do this shit. Garrison from the top going, whoa, what the hell? What? No, that's not supposed to happen. So Steve, from the inside, the guy that you cast it on jumps up and rushes over to the one sitting in the recliner completely past you. And just in a basically like a Malador shark form broken common starts screaming at this other Cyclops in the chair, pushes it backwards to the point where it breaks the chair off the floor.
Oh my god.
And it hits the ground and just starts pummeling him.
Yes.
As the one behind the bar that was making the food just continues making the food. Just watching this shit happen.
Homie is shook.
So I'm just seeing all this through the keyhole.
No, you're not even looking in the right building.
Oh.
So now Merida and Garrison know that it is not the first building, but Vidar, you're looking inside the first one through that itty bitty keyhole. All you can make out through that little space is about this much. And what you see inside this building is on the far wall in it looks really small. Even through the keyhole, it looks really, really small on the inside compared to the outside.
Okay.
But you can't. But it's really difficult to get that. Even with that good roll, it's really difficult to get like size perspective. But what you see on the far wall through the keyhole is 3 very, very well crafted wicker baskets sitting about a foot away from each other, and you can see all 3 of them through the keyhole. You see a black one, a brown one, and a red one. But that's all you can see through the keyhole. And oddly enough, a source of light inside the building that you didn't see on the outside, and you can't see the source of it on the inside.
Okay.
And then Merida, you standing behind him, looking up, watching the tree do this shit for a couple of seconds, and Garrison yelling from the top that it doesn't feel right. We are going to very quickly shift over to Malidor. Let's get you involved in this. Yeah. And I do apologize for everyone else. I was supposed to do this with Steve and Malidor yesterday, and I wasn't having it. So
you're good.
I'm gonna do it tonight. So you were also brought into the first building on your tree, and again you were thrown into a cage, but that's as far as we got with yours. As you are tossed into a cage, and I mean all of this is happening simultaneously. So what happened with Merida, Yorick, with what's happening with Steve right now and them on the tree, and then happening in your tree is all happening at the exact same time. So as you entered your building and they threw you inside a cage and shut the door, within, I would say, about 10 seconds, another one from inside the same building walked over and opened up your door and was like, "No, pet fire," and like grabbed you and pulled you out of your cage. So you are now in the hand of one of the big ones, one of the 16-footers that brought you in here. And as you're looking around, it has you on the back, so you're facing forward. And as you're looking around, because it's holding you like this, you see that family that you had approached and spoke to before, all just kind of looking at you, with like kind of like the doe eyes, as if they're waiting for the fire to come back. So you were lobbed into a cage and locked.
Yeah.
And then the father, basically, from what you were
I was given a lizard, I think.
Yes. To eat? Yes.
No, I was given a lizard.
Yes. You were given a lizard to eat. But one of the big ones literally ripped the door open and pulled you out and is now holding you on the back.
Right.
Like as you're facing the family. The inside of this building, very smooth surface, walls, flooring, as if it was like sanded down and smoothed out. There's no bark on the inside of this one. It's a very well-made house. And as hungry as you are, there is something delicious coming from inside this building. You don't know what it is, and at this point you wouldn't care.
Okay.
Oh, I need a perception check from you as well.
Okay.
Which you do have advantage, yes, and a +4.
18.
Okay, so even from this distance, it's not as loud because you're not right next to it, but you do hear off in the distance a massive explosion.
Okay.
From outside the building that you're in. Somewhere off in the distance, you hear a massive explosion. And then you also hear, a few moments after that, the cracking and swaying of a nearby tree. With voices on the outside that you can't make out what they're saying.
Okay, so Malidor's in this guy's hands.
Yes, or hand.
And he's over these fucking Cyclops now. And he's like, and he's aware that the Ghost Rider is another individual, right?
I don't think so, not at this point. You just know somehow after talking to that weird woman at the festival, you're now able to light yourself on fire. You haven't really had a whole lot of time to figure it out.
But I was able to before that I knew that something was taking control.
Yes, absolutely. Just how it takes control, why it takes control.
Right. So he's gonna start talking to it. He's gonna completely ignore the Cyclops, and he's gonna focus his mind on that. And he's be like, "Hey, stop being an asshole, and help me out here. This shit is fucked right now. I don't even know where I am. There's this fucking thing in here. Here, look at this. Ha 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 ha." And he's gonna put the flame up.
Okay. I mean, you put the flame up. Are you saying this out loud or inward?
Both.
Okay. So you're screaming this out loud. And you light the flame, and again, the whole family just...
Look, bunch of idiots. Now, help me. Get out of these fucking people.
Okay. So you hear... this is... How do I describe this? It feels like a very strong inner monologue that only you should be able to hear, yet for some reason you also hear it echoing on the outside as if other people can. So you're not entirely sure if others can hear the voice or not.
Right.
It feels like it should just be here, but you
Right.
also like, it's such a powerful inner monologue. You feel it inside your chest. You
Right.
feel it in your stomach, and you hear it on the outside, but you're not sure if anyone else can hear it as well.
Okay.
So as you're yelling at this thing, it's, are they impure?
Probably.
Then let me out.
Okay, let's fucking go.
Do your roll. This is a wisdom check.
Natural 20.
Okay. All right. So this is gonna be fun. So,
Wow, I can't believe I just rolled a natural 20. That's crazy.
Vidar, I need a perception check from you. Merida, I need one from you, and Garrison, I have to roll for him as well, even though he has a very high vantage point. No. Oh, okay. Well, that was a 24.
Give me a 14.
You know, that was
No.
actually a really good voice for Zarathos. Just saying.
All right. So Garrison did a 24. Vidar, you rolled a 5?
That's a 9, babe.
Oh, sorry.
A 9.
12.
12. Okay. So Merida would still be focused on the swaying tree, completely oblivious. Vidar and Garrison, you guys now looking off to the right of where Steve's tree is. You see another one off in the distance start smoking. And whatever cracks or holes are on this tree or in this tree house are now just like smoke just starts to bellow out from the inside. What is that noise?
There's an imposter. There's an imposter.
But yes, so you guys start to see just like the smoke bellowing out from the inside of a building. Vidar off to your right, a few trees down, to the one that Garrison had pointed out that should be where Malador is.
Okay.
And just this like thick gray and black smoke just start pouring out, followed by flames that are now starting to overtake this building.
Okay, so we have. Vidar's gonna say to himself, we have too many people that do fire shit.
You can never have too much fire. All right, Steve, from inside your building, these guys are. This one is still beating the hell out of the other one, and during his pounding on the guy's head into the floor, one of his legs kicks your chair. Actually, yeah, that was a natural one. So one of his legs kicks your chair and bends the door inward, taking even more room away from the inside. But now there's about that much space. Because the door was literally kicked inside. So now it kind of pins up against you, and there's about that much space. But the door, from what you can tell, is now broken inward.
So can I open it now?
That would be a strength check.
All right.
You have a +0, so this should be fun.
Oh.
A 4?
Oh wait, that was a save.
Yeah. Okay.
Still would have been the same though.
Okay. Well, roll a check. Roll a check. That was a save. I'll give it to you. That was a 3. All right. So as you try to struggle opening up this door, you can't quite make it move.
He's got that old man strength.
No, an old man strength, he'd be breaking the fucking. Oh, you mean the reverse? Yeah. Like the frail old man strength, not the actual old man strength. So yeah, you just can't seem to get the grip in order to really pry this door open. What is it with this team and doors?
I have no problem with doors.
I hate doors.
I go through doors.
I just stab it.
You just stab at doors.
All my
Yorick.
Yes.
What are you doing? If you remember where you left off.
I do remember. I remember getting the thing. The baskets. So
give me a perception check while you're up there in that tree.
Wow. Okay. That's rare.
Well, you do have advantage and a +7.
At this point, this episode should be called Cyclops Terrorists.
Oh, that is a 27.
Okay. So, even being way the hell up there in fucking La La Land, from somewhere off in the distance, you hear a massive explosion that is loud enough even for you to hear it as it echoes throughout the dome. And then some kind of weird noises coming from below, which you're way the hell at the top, so how far below is a mystery. But you do hear action taking place somewhere outside of this house you're in.
Oh, good to know that everybody's still alive and kicking.
There is just a lot going on in this one already, and we just started. Jesus Christ.
All right. I'm gonna walk over to the baskets.
Which one?
I'm gonna go over to the fruit basket and I'm gonna take a few of the fruits.
Okay. Which one specifically are you taking?
That would be cool.
I'm gonna take 3 of the apples.
All right, add them in. I take it you're not eating them yet.
No, I'm just taking.
Got it. All right. Okay, so it is at this point. Let's get this moving. Vidar, you still standing on the outside of the tree, looking over, watching all this smoke bellow out. Garrison's still hanging on at the top of the tree, now realizing that where he is and where you are is not where Steve is.
Mm-hmm.
Out from that tree that may or may not have been Malador's. So you remember when he went down the 300-foot staircase like Johnny Storm?
Oh shit.
Yes.
That is now how this totally encompassed flame figure comes blasting out of this house and lands on the ground outside. And he is very easily recognizable as Malador's were-shark form. However, on fire and skeletal. There is no skin anywhere on this body. So it is standing in the massive were-shark form of Malador, completely ablaze, no skin right down to the bone. On his back, from what you can see out from up of the shoulder, is the handle of a sword that is roughly about that thick, that big around.
What?
On the back. In the right hand, you see the infamous whip that you watched him use so many times down in the Brotherhood dungeon that you guys infiltrated.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not standing with Malador's armor. He's got like a rawhide trench coat that has white jewels down the center of the chest, and the trench coat falls all the way down to his ankles like a duster, and it's just waving behind him as the flames are also waving around him, and that's the figure that blows out of this building. And the building is now completely set ablaze. There are 5 Cyclops that come running out of it. 4 of them completely set on fire. The other one kind of set on fire, as they all run out screaming and stop, drop, and roll. And this figure is just standing there, just kind of watching these Cyclops burn.
Okay.
Merida, you notice this at this point, even with a 12. Your attention is immediately brought to the noise off to the right.
Well then.
So much for rescuing our friends. They're just doing it themselves.
We're becoming self-sufficient, I would say.
But is that your friend?
Close enough.
Friend used in the loosest of terms.
Friend, close enough. I like that. Close enough. Whatever.
Yeah.
We've been around him long enough, I guess you could call it that.
I mean, he's been within arm's length longer than most people, so friend? I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to have to deal with that and the on fire Cyclops and the dude that looks like Malador, but then again doesn't look like Malador. I'm gonna keep trying to look for Steven.
Okay. All right. Steven, give me another strength check.
Alrighty. Wait, where did
Come on, man. You can do this.
Give me a second. I guess I accidentally closed out of my character sheet.
Whoops.
Why would you do such a thing?
I don't know why I would do
Silvery barbs.
Elbozo.
Okay. Strength check.
Silvery
Another 4.
All right, man. You are having trouble. Dude, you know what? I'm trying to help you here. I even let you re-roll.
If I were to charm the one chopping the fish, would he open the door for me?
I don't know, would he?
Let's find out. I cast charm person.
Okay. I believe he has a roll against that, right?
Yep. DC 15 wisdom saving throw.
Oh, never mind. It works.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna.
When you guys would be shocked if I told you that rolling for wisdom on these guys is not even worth my time. They have a -6.
Oh
Holy
my
shit.
god.
Told you they're easy.
Why do you think when fire happens they go?
True.
Fire bad.
Red, good, fire, bad. But yes, so you cast charm person to do what exactly?
To try to, like, hey, come open the door, please.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you cast the charm person and it immediately just drops its fillet knife in the fish, and with its like gut slimy fingers, it goes over to your cage, It grabs the top of the cage, which actually interlocks with one of your horns. So now dripping down your forehead is just fish guts and oil. And it
Fun.
grabs the front door. And as it grabs the front door, it actually grabs one of your hands as well and tears the door off and takes you right out of the cage with it. And let's go. As you fly and hit the door. I need an acrobatics save, please. Or check. Actually,
Alrighty.
it's not a save. It's a. Oh, no, that would be a dex save is what I need from you. Oh, God, yes. Yes, yes, I do.
And that's a 21.
Okay, fantastic. I rolled a 19. So, as you hit the door opens. So, Merida, Garrison, Vidar, Merida, because Garrison's not here. So, Merida and Vidar, you guys now trying to focus on this fire thing. Is it Malador? Is it not Malador? Just all of a sudden hear a and as you look up toward whatever the noise was, a door flings open on the third building on the tree, and Steve comes flying out of it. And somehow this weird goat man that you've barely gotten to know does like a weird acrobatic barrel roll through the air.
This is like some Scooby-Doo shit. All of us came out of the house at the same time.
And I told you all of this occurred at the same time, so yes. You all, I mean, other than York, you guys all figured out ways to get out. I told everything happened in sequence. But you
York's
guys
just
see
eating apples. That's
You guys-
he's just chilling.
you guys see him do a barrel roll through the air, like a I can't even think of the dance, but he lands on his feet 30 feet down. No
like
damage.
a gymnastics.
That one. Thank you.
Like a gymnast.
But it's that more advanced one.
Cat like
Oh,
that-
because he's a bard. It's
No,
got
no, no, no,
flair.
no.
Acrobat.
It's got flair.
Yes, an actor. Thank you. But again, it's a weird term. It's those ones that can like climb the pole and then flip down, and it's
Stripper?
no, not a stripper. Although they can do
Exotic
really
panther?
cool. Although they can do really cool stuff too.
aerialist?
I'm trying to think of the word.
It's
not
confirmed.
coming.
Steven is an exotic dancer.
He is. Well, I mean, he is a bard, so he's a stripper by night.
Hmm.
But yes, so now, Steven, you are now on the ground. Vidar, he'd be about 5 feet behind you, your backs to each other. But you just look up and you watch him flip out and he lands on the ground behind you. You hear him hit the ground behind you. And Steve, as you land, you look off to your left and you see how I described the flame figure. Just standing there watching these 5 Cyclops just burn. As
Okay.
a couple of them have put themselves out by rolling, but a few of them are still on fire.
Drop and
Is
roll.
the cage still attached to the top of my head?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna take that off first.
yeah. So you literally, like, as you land, the top part of the cage that came out with you, like, shifts down on your horn. It's just right there. Like, okay. Take it off, throw it.
I'll take it off and throw it down for the
Ah!
poor, unfortunate Cyclops who's at the bottom of the tree.
I got horns.
Oh no, not at the bottom of your tree.
Oh,
That it's at the over on Malador's.
Hi.
oh,
That's why I said off to your left. No Cyclops came out of your tree. They didn't
Okay.
follow you. The guy grabbed the cage, grabbed the door, ripped the door off,
And you went
which the top of the cage went with you, and you went right out the door. It didn't
Okay.
follow you. So now Merida, Vidar, and Steve, you guys are all at the bottom of the same tree. Garrison, noticing this, would then come down. So now the 4 of you are standing at the bottom of this tree,
I'm not good.
and this fire figure is off to your left. But as far as you're aware, the 4 of you are safe. You don't know where Yorick is, and you're not sure what the hell this thing is. I think all aside from Steven, Vidar and Merida, you guys have both seen Malador on fire a time or two.
And
Although
they've seen Fire Shark before, but not
Yes.
like this.
Not like this,
This
and
is
Not like-
different.
In the
And
way
it's yes, and it's always been in the heat of battle, no pun intended. So they really didn't have time to like, who is this? What is? It was
They definitely
always
know this is
They
different.
didn't have enough time to investigate it.
exactly. It was always like a quick thing. It was always like you changed, you did your move, and you went back. So you guys would, I mean, you know what? Merida and Vidar, make an intelligence check for me. We'll solve this with a roll.
That one.
Okay.
Ah, loser.
So Vidar has no idea if this is Malador or not. No clue at all.
Let's do okay. 18.
Merida,
Roll.
you know that this is Malador.
I told you it's very easy. They're entertained by fire. It's not that hard.
Yeah, as they're
Whatever that guy's
literally-
doing is not entertaining them with fire. He's setting them on fire.
I mean, that
Does he
works
get?
too. I
Does
was
she
just
get a
trying-
response?
What do you mean? Does she get a response?
We're not
From-
near you.
Oh, how far am I away?
We're like
you're-
it was Merida's tree, then we're Stevens, and there's York's tree and yours.
Yeah. So I mean,
we're like
they'd
2 trees
be
away from you.
a good 35, 40 feet from you.
Oh,
But I mean, that's not really that far. Merida saying what you said out loud, that it's not hard to entertain. What you guys end up hearing from this figure, because I mean, obviously you can see the
Okay.
mouth move with it when it talks, is she says they're not very hard to entertain, and it goes, it puts its left hand on this massive sword, and when I say massive, like the its hand can't even go around the handle of this sword. It's about like this when it grips it. They're unpure. And it takes out this sword. This blade is
tell me
about
it's
that
not
wide.
that sword. Oh.
The blade is about that wide. When it turns it to the side, it is roughly about that thick.
Oh.
And it just shimmers as the flames go off the blade. It shimmers. And as it takes it out, and I mean, it really, as it gets up to the top of its arm length, the blade is so long, there's no real physical way that it should have been able to take it off its back. But it does. And the blade is about 4.5 feet long. And it takes it up and it has it up in the air. And one fell swoop down. Every Cyclops, the 2 16-footers that got up off the ground, and the 113 and the 2 14s, one swoop cuts them all in half.
Yo.
And then the blade disappears, the flames go out, the body drops, and it's back to a regular tiefling Malador. As the body parts of these Cyclops just off into the air.
You didn't really have to be so rude about it.
Malador, you know
But
nothing.
alright.
Oh. I figured he would remember it this time.
Nope.
Alright. What the fuck happened?
Oh, no. Like, okay, when I say you don't know anything, you remember talking to him,
Mm-hmm.
and you remember blacking out. But
So
that's all
I know
you.
he took over.
Yes. But as far as what he was doing and how he did it and what he said and who he said it to, nope.
Got it. Hey! It worked!
As the ground underneath you, Malador, as the ground underneath you in like a 2-foot diameter is literally like glass. The
Oh,
ground
okay.
beneath you was sand. It is now glass.
Yep.
It's not the first time I've done that before.
Mm-hmm. It sure is. You know how hot it has to burn to turn it to glass?
Well, I turned the sand into glass once.
I think you did actually. Yeah, you're right. But yes, so now you guys, within a few seconds, heard it say they are impure, took out this massive blade and with one swipe, killed a family of 5. And then Malador just fizzles out into his normal tiefling Malador. And Steven, that was the first time you had ever seen that. Now noticing that whatever that creature was is actually Malador.
Steven's gonna make sure not to like ever piss him off.
I love his self-preservation. I love it so much.
Bear just gonna go over to Steven and just kind of be like, "You get used to it," and then just kind of like punch him in the shoulder and walk away.
Hey, I gotta bounce for a second. My dad just got home from Mexico and he needs my help bringing stuff in.
All right.
Did he hop the border?
Oh, you know what? We're just gonna skate by that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's an anus talk thing. I'm sorry, everybody.
I am not nearly drunk enough
I'm
to
only.
continue
I'm not ready for this.
that conversation. You know what? Fuck it. By the way, Judd, I'm just gonna ruin this for everybody because I can. Because you're the underage and I want an alcohol sponsor. Your nickname is now the baby.
You're the baby.
You're the baby.
I'm fine with that.
And
That's
until
why I
you're
made that
21,
picture.
your nickname is now the baby.
Okay.
That's why I made that
Like
picture, Judd.
awkward him.
And I told everyone
How does
I
he
told
even
everyone
say
before, huh?
the
Yeah, that meme that he sent you
Yeah.
that says the baby. Yeah.
You needs to be a picture like this so I can actually do it properly.
Yep. So I told everyone that before you showed up, if we were gonna do any kind of advertisements about smoking or drinking, it had to be before the baby showed up.
Okay.
No, I am not nearly drunk enough to have the comment that you said go any
I think I
further.
Another drink.
Yeah. This could get really interesting if we keep drinking. Anyway, so
I'm too depressed. I need alcohol.
well, I mean, you did escape, but you just watched a family get slaughtered. I guess depression's the right word. But yes. So Yorick, hold that up to the camera. That is awesome. Is that
It
a
is
Nightmare
cool.
Before Christmas thing?
No. This
is it?
That is the bunny that signifies my disease.
Oh,
Huh?
was that
What?
like custom made?
It is handmade for my disease.
Hell yeah!
Cool.
The brand is called Plushy Dreadfuls, and they create bunnies that represent different diseases, diagnoses, and mental illnesses.
Well,
We
I
have-
hope.
Large bopple of bunnies right now. I think we have, how many are we at? Like 6 or 7 now?
7.
Well, I hope they are okay with being mentioned here, surrounded by alcohol, Adam and Eve's butt plugs, and shaving equipment, because that is cool.
Yeah, I've got one that represents ADHD, and it's got bees in its butt.
Hell yeah!
And then I have this one, which is Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I have a postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. I have immunocompromised. What else? Fibromyalgia and chronic pain.
Hell yeah! By the way, as a side note, before we get back to the game, have you guys ever noticed how a beehive kind of looks like a butthole? Anyway, so let's get back to our game before we go way off the rails. Yorick, since you're still in the house and don't, so now from underneath, because you did roll a pretty high perception check, so within those moments you heard the explosion, you heard a lot of something happening somewhere below you, and then you heard this really like weird raspy growl. You didn't make out the words, but you heard the really raspy growl, and then nothing. And that's all happening. You know that it's below where you are. You're just not sure where, why, or how, or who.
I know there's
just-
something going on. I just don't
Yes.
know.
You hear it's like very active. It started with an explosion, and then it hasn't stopped from there. So what would you like to do? Because I know you collected a couple of apples. I know you.
I have the
I don't-
thing I got from the basket.
Bro's playing
Wait.
Animal Crossing. Right?
Which was what? I don't want to say the wrong thing. What did you find?
Give me a second. Let me grab my notes.
Because if I say the wrong thing and I'm wrong, then I'm going to spoil it. So what did you find?
I have a skeleton key
Yes.
has Royal Guard emblem on it, and it's got the purple ribbon.
Yes. So it's got the colors and the symbol. Yes. Perfect. Okay. So what would you like to do from here? Because I know you tested that key on the door and it wasn't the right one.
Yeah, it did not work. I know that
The door.
I know there's more to this puzzle. There's got to be more to it. So I'm gonna go back to the. I'm gonna go back to the black one.
Yep.
Pour more of the red wine into the black one.
How much more? Because you did half last time.
I'll do another quarter. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Okay. I mean, just like before, you pour it in and it just disappears.
Nothing else
So there's,
happened.
yeah, no, not at all. There's no change, and there's no real indication that you've even poured anything in, other than the fact that the red basket is now more empty.
All right. So I'm gonna go over to the. I'm gonna set the wine basket down and go over to the rice basket and pour some of the rice into the
Hobgob.
black one.
Okay, how much?
I'll do a quarter.
Okay. I need a perception check.
Oh, good lord.
He
One of
just
my
sprung
cats-
his trap card.
Age delay in it.
I think you have advantage and a +7. Yes, you have advantage and a +7.
24?
Did you roll it twice? Oh, that's an advantage
Yeah.
die.
Really?
24?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you're pouring the rice into this basket, it's disappearing the same way the wine did, to where it's just vanishing out of sight. And as you're tipping the basket up and up and up, you're just watching the grains pour in. And within a couple of layers of this rice dumping in, you see a black key start to move along the rice.
I'm gonna get that key.
That's a dex check, sir. Which I think you suck at. Yep, that's a +1.
It's a +1. Oh
Right.
god. Never mind. That's 4.
Okay. So you, as you got both hands on this basket and you're trying to pour it in, you see the black key. and you hold on with one hand and you try to let go with one hand to grab, and you can't quite maneuver your hand to not drop the whole basket. And the entire basket, the whole basket, drops in to the black basket and vanishes.
Oh, that can't be good.
So not just the rice that was in it, but the entire basket drops in. Rice, the key you saw, everything.
Damn it.
Welcome back, Vidar.
Hello.
Has anything about the black one changed other than
Still just everything disappearing into it, and as you look into it, it's the same black and white. Just like oblong shapes and shit that you really can't make out. Nothing that you've poured into it has changed the color or the shape or the fact that it looks like TV static. Same thing.
All right, I'm gonna go over to the fruit basket and check inside that and see if there's anything.
Okay. I mean, again, you go over the same 3 apples that you collected are right back in the basket as if you didn't even touch them. Green, black, and brown bananas, grapes, pears, all that shit's in there.
Nothing extra.
It didn't turn to the grapes this time. It just stayed the original fruit basket. But again, the 3 apples you collected, you still have. But those same 3 are now back on the basket.
You're on camera, by the way.
Huh?
You're on camera.
Hello.
Ow. What is this?
Cornbread.
It's cornbread?
Hell
From
yeah.
Mexico?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
From where?
And Mariana make it.
Oh.
You good?
Yeah, it's good.
Hell yeah, it's good.
All right. I'm gonna reach into the black one again.
Okay. So as you reach in, just remember the static starts going up your arm, and your appendage disappears from sight as the static starts going up faster than you are allowing your arm to go into the basket. But everything begins to vanish out of sight.
Is there anything that I could feasibly reach?
I mean, you start fishing around. No, you're not touching anything solid. But as you get down to your shoulder like before, and you go halfway in, the eye that's inside the basket sees that wide open grassy field with all that treasure and all those caves, and your other eye sees the inside of the house that you're still on. Thank you. I will add that to the description of the video. I appreciate that. Plushy Dreadfuls.
If
Hell
I
yeah.
want, I could feasibly dive into this basket, correct?
Yes.
Like it shoulders and all.
Yes.
I want to, but
Okay, bye.
I know that's gonna be a dumb idea.
What you doing?
Hi.
I'm gonna come back out and go try to open the door.
The door is locked.
By open, I mean Eldritch Blast.
Roll to hit. again, inanimate objects, you still have to roll to hit if you're trying to force them open.
13.
Oh yeah, roll your damage.
Not the first one.
9?
Yep.
Are you hitting it again?
Yeah.
Roll to hit.
Oh. 13 again.
Yep. So the first one you throw and it cracks the door.
14.
14 damage?
Yeah.
Alright, so Merida, Steven, and Vidar, and actually Malador now, because you're back to your normal self, from way up above, like too tall to even lift your head unless you back up. Like, this is so high that if you were to try to stay where you were at this point, except for Malador, Steven, Merida, and Vidar, if you guys were to try and look this high without moving, you'd fall backwards. And I mean, it's 250 feet in the air. It's way the fuck up there. But from way up there, you guys hear a crack of wood, very, very loud, echo throughout, and then another blast that blows the door in half and actually sends the two pieces of wood flying all the way out and down into the half moon shaped flat ground. One of them landing about 5 feet in front of Steve, and the other one landing 5 feet in front of Malador. Just these two pieces of door. Just.
Took him long enough.
I really don't care.
All right.
Dang, I was
And
wondering.
as they hit, one hits, two hits, the center tree. Actually, let me see for a minute here. We're gonna go. All right. So Yorick, you're in the tree, so it really doesn't matter. Vidar and Malador, your passive perception is high enough. As the doors hit and Merida says her thing, and then Malador says, "I really don't care." Vidar and Malador, what you guys both see looking toward the middle tree is it literally the bottom of the trunk, and because this is the tallest and widest tree in the city. It is like you know just by looking at it, it's the center mantle of the entire city. The trunk alone at the bottom is roughly 5 feet wide. It is a massive tree. Like, think of like a red oak tree, how big those get. As you guys are looking at it, those two pieces of wood hit the ground. Malador says, "I don't care." You look over toward the tree, Merida assuming that it's Yorick. Vidar and Malador, you guys see the bottom of the tree go squeeze in and then ripple out, and those ripples start to go and sway up the tree.
Lord.
And
I don't
Yorick,
think
you
you're
don't.
supposed to do that.
I think
Yorick
it's time
with-
to leave.
And Yorick with a 17, as the ripples reach you, you literally, like, you're looking down now in the entrance, looking down at this whole city from a perspective you didn't have before. You just feel as you're holding onto the door frame. It starts doing this. What are you guys doing?
I don't think a tree's
Maldor's-
supposed to do that. So
Yeah.
if we're gonna get York, we need to make it fast to get the hell out of here.
I think we say fuck Yorick and we leave.
I think we take Yorick with us because it's extra things extra person that we have kill things.
Fuck
Yeah.
that guy. We don't need him.
Yeah, it's
We
nice to have a
used to say that about you, and now
Yeah,
you're
and
still
now-
You
here.
still say that
you're-
about
yeah,
me.
well, you're-
And
you
you're
still
around.
say that about me.
And yet we still tried to save you. We just talk
You
shit.
didn't. You didn't.
No,
come
we
save me. I
did.
saved myself.
If you hadn't saved yourself, we were coming for you.
I do not believe you.
actually, we were on our way. We were working our way to
Really?
you. Yes.
You can
Insight
trust
check.
if anybody, you
Insight
can
check.
trust Merida.
Insight
Okay.
check.
Roll insight.
19.
We're telling the truth.
100%.
I feel like off of 19, I would kind of know that I was not the first choice to be saved.
Oh no, you weren't the first choice. No, you were definitely the last choice.
With a 19, you'd know that they are telling the truth, that they were working to save you. The order wouldn't matter,
Right.
but you would
All
know
right.
they were on the up and up.
I believe you. But let's get out of here. Fuck York.
Okay. Merida, Garrison, do you want to help me? It's Steven. You want to help me get York real quick? Because that tree looks like it's doing something a tree's not supposed to do.
I could set the tree on fire.
No,
See
we
what
don't need
happens.
that.
So could I. But that's not very useful in this moment, is it?
Could be.
How? I would just kill York.
Yeah,
It'd
that's the
burn
point.
And then it'd fall. We don't want to kill York. That's why we're going to save him.
I'm not his biggest fan either. To be fair.
Hey, Goatman, who the fuck invited you? Hold on. Who the fuck invited you?
Malador, calm
You
down.
invited me. You were the one that brought us here.
I
I did not want you here.
later. As you were saying, what is your plan to save the thing?
What thing?
The thing you don't want to save. Not talking to you, Badar. Your plan.
My plan? I don't have a plan. I'm just thinking we try to get up the tree as fast as we can and as
Yeah, I'm
safely
not
as
planning
possible
that
while
shit.
this thing is just. Whoa.
Yeah, that's.
Oh no, it only did it one time, by the way.
Oh, okay. Well then, go up the tree as fast as we can before the thing starts going whoa again.
How far away is like the very top of the tree from here?
100
The
feet.
very top, like where he is,
Yeah, where he is.
250 feet.
Okay, never mind.
The very top of the tree is 300 feet.
Okay, question.
Yes.
Can I just fly up there? I want to attempt to just fucking.
Okay. Let's see.
You Iron Man again?
Yep. I'm gonna go save him.
Give
Fuck
me
it.
a wisdom check. Not a save, a check.
Well, that rolled out of my dice tower. There we go.
You have a plus
Plus 1, so that's a 14.
Okay. So as Malador tries to kind of recreate what he was doing before the Johnny Storm thing down the stairs, he kind of like bends down into a squat position. And you see, kind of like when Garrison steps out into the sunlight, you see the smoke start to bellow off of him. And flames begin at his feet and go up to his ankles, and then just flame out as he goes straight up and nothing happens. It seems like he doesn't want to play anymore.
Awesome.
And at this time, as Malador is looking up, trying to fly, Vidar, Merida, and Steven, you guys see at the very bottom of this giant tree, the two houses that occupy the bottom literally shimmer and vanish out of sight.
Oh, shit.
Jesus Christ.
And then on this massive 5-foot trunk, a green line, probably about the thickness of my finger, starts to, from the left side, starts to slowly draw a door.
A door.
And then the glow from the door frame starts to move inward until it's literally a glowing, shimmering, solid green door.
Okay.
Yorick, which even from your height, you can see the glow of the green. Even from 250 feet up, as you're looking down at your friends that look like ants from up here, you can see a glowing green at the base of the tree, and 2 houses now missing from sight.
Does my shark respond?
Nope.
Awesome.
Okay. So
As the green comes together, the same ripple happens, but it goes maybe a foot above the top of the door, and then you hear and a green door opens.
Push behind the door.
now, does anything come out of the door?
All right,
I don't like
this
it.
should be fun. So what comes out of the door is a small statured tiefling. When I say small statured, tieflings normally run about 5.5 feet to 6 feet tall. The tiefling that comes out of this is a pale yellow, under about 4'9", 4'10", but the horns on its head bow right here out of the side and then go straight up about another 2 feet, and the horns are roughly about that thick.
Is that fucking Satan?
Pure white irises,
Baby mallet.
and as they walk out, the clothing that it's wearing, it kind of looks like it's wearing overalls, but the straps aren't going straight up the way they're supposed to. They're crossing from shoulder to shoulder, and then it's just a flat, nondescript blue apron looking. It's literally like overalls or like a romper, but it crosses in the front and it crosses in the back, and it's just a very like nondescript color. It just starts walking out of the bottom of the tree.
Malador sees this person, right?
You all do.
Can I
Now-
like? Oh,
Yorick
yeah,
from a bird's eye perspective, but yeah, you all do.
Malador, you do your thing.
Alright, Malador's gonna start yelling at him. Hey! Who the fuck are you?
So as you are yelling at this creature, it's as if you're unable to reach the volume you want to reach. And you all hear this.
He wasn't
You
yelling,
all,
quite yelling. He was just yelling to get his voice to her, because they're pretty far away, right?
I didn't say her.
Or them.
I just said it. I just said a tiefling.
Yeah. Them.
Well, you described the huge tits.
Hey, let's not misgender, man. Let's not misgender, man. But no, just like as you're trying to get your voice to them. Now, everyone around you, Steve, Merida, Vidar, Garrison, you guys all hear Malador trying to speak as if like from a distance you're trying to get your voice heard by this person. But even you guys notice that his voice isn't carrying as far as it should. just somehow you're able to tell as he's speaking, the volume of the voice or the projection is being stopped somehow. As this being just continues to walk towards you. Very, very slowly, swaying the shoulders with every step.
Thoughts?
How are the boobas?
What?
Don't worry about it.
Alright.
Yeah, so like we see that he's like trying to raise his voice a little bit to try to get his voice to carry, but we notice that it's not, the sound isn't carrying as it should, right?
Yes.
Okay. Like the volume of his voice is not where he's trying to get it.
Yes.
Okay, so
Like
it's not completely silent.
No. But like you guys have heard Malidor. You've heard him scream, you've heard him like really fucking bellow, and you've heard him be quiet. And you can tell by his stature and how he's opening his mouth and how he's, because when you yell, you use your whole body, your stomach, your diaphragm,
we can
everything
see his
comes
muscles
out.
tense and everything. We can see his neck muscles tense.
Yeah, and then the voice that's coming out is like, that's
Like
not as loud.
almost like we're underwater or something.
Yes, like that is definitely not as loud as it should be. And
Okay.
Yorick, even from up here, you can tell because you've been around Malidor a lot by this point. As Malidor is like trying to project his voice to this creature, it's not projecting as far as it should. Like something is stopping the voice. Oh, were you around for the description? I think you left, right?
Yeah, he didn't get the description of the big booba
Okay.
tiefling.
Well, it's not a big bubba tiefling anyway. But from where you are, everyone looks like ants anyway. But you see a figure from this green glow. The green glow opens, the green glow goes away, and then a figure starts to walk out toward the group. And all you can see is yellow from up here. To you, it looks like a yellow dot approaching a bunch of other colored dots.
Okay.
Which you're colorblind, so you know.
I just have to imagine.
Yes. What does yellow look like? It looks like pee.
What does pee look like?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
York goes green? I'm like, no, you need to go to the doctor.
That's not how that's supposed to look. But Doc, everything looks gray, black, or white. I don't understand.
All right, so I just see a gray dot walking across to everybody.
I just see a gray dot walking across to more gray dots. And everything else is gray around it. So I'm not sure what the dots are and what everything else is. It all looks the same.
I'm gonna take my color.
Gray. You're
No,
gray.
they're gonna walk up to the person.
It's gray.
No, this is not that episode.
Okay. So again now, Merida, Steven, and Vidar, you guys, you heard the voice not go as far. The figure is continuing to approach. Now Malidor takes a step and is like, he's actually walking, and you see him actually walking, but he's not going anywhere.
Malidor?
He's not going anywhere. You see him actually walking. Like it's not as if he's against a wall. It's not as if he's against a wall, but it's like he's walking in place.
Give him a second. He's
I'm
lagging.
gonna try something. How far away
Magic.
is
It's like he's buffering.
How far away is like the first platform on the tree? Like not this tree, but Yorick's tree.
Are you talking like as far as buildings go? Because those would be the only platforms.
Yeah, the buildings.
So the first layer evaporated. So you're talking about the second layer.
The second layer.
So the bottom of the second layer would be about 12 feet up.
I mean,
so
like
about 22 to the roof.
How far away is it from us?
From you to the base of the tree. Because you guys never actually went up to it. You were at Steve's. and then he was over here, so it'd be 10 feet to get in front of it. You were, I'm no good at math. Probably about 15 feet.
It's just 15 feet to get over to there.
Yeah, and then
And what-
22 up to the first surface.
And what layer are we on this tree?
You guys are on the ground.
Oh, we're on the ground.
Yeah, you guys never even like got off the ground, and this
Oh.
started to happen. It opened up, and then this figure started walking toward you.
How strong is Garrison?
Can't really answer that, but okay.
He's very strong.
Okay, is he strong enough to like throw me like onto the tree?
Well, yeah,
Can I try that?
if that's what you want him to do, sure. Let's see, let's give him a strength check. You want him to pick you up and throw you?
Yeah, I want him to pick me up and
Throw
throw
me, but don't tell the elf.
What's this? The fucking.
Lord of the Rings.
Okay, well, I mean, that's a 24 on strength. So
Do I
yeah,
need to
he
make-
picks you up and lobs you through the air. And as he
Like
picks
going
you up and
where?
lobs you through the air, you get stuck for a second. And then fall flat onto the ground.
Okay.
Well then.
Aldor's like, well, I can't fucking move, so I'm just gonna wait until this dude comes over here.
And after all of this occurs, the creature now within 10 feet of the group, the green that was on the door, that thin line that drew the door, now starts to draw very, very slowly around its silhouette. And the green glow starts to actually emit off the body. Welcome, welcome, travelers. This is a very rare occurrence indeed. I am Zarut Raldos, one of the thinkers.
Yup.
Very nice to meet you.
What's the thinkers?
I know what the
Actually-
thinkers are, right?
Yeah, you guys would all know this actually.
What are the thinkers?
What are the things?
They're
Okay,
the people
so-
who, like, when the war was happening, they came together and figured out a way to, like, make their not war to happen.
The thinkers were the ones that came together while the war was going on that put it to an end.
Wait,
That
so
came
they're
up with-
like the leaders of the people that made my sword, right? Like old ones?
Older than old, but yeah, they're
They
the
would
ones
know a
that
lot about that. Okay.
they're the ones that literally came up with the rules and the laws and the regulations that put the war to an end.
Okay, so they would know about the sword.
And they are now the ones that actually like regulate all war in general.
Yeah, they're a pretty
Okay.
secret organization, right?
Yes,
Like a pretty secret group of people.
yes. So Vidar would know that seeing one face to face is like,
You're almost looking at a god.
yes,
Okay.
Pretty much.
But when he says, "I am one of the thinkers," Vidar's eyes are going to get big, and he's just going to stand still.
Vidar, give me a history check. Just for the fuck of it.
I have advantage on history.
So do it.
Aldor's gonna start with his bullshit. Hey!
And I got a 6.
Okay.
I'm too freaked out seeing a thinker.
Yep. So the history check was just to it's okay because you know who it is. The history check was to see if you knew like which one Zalroot was, but you're too scared to understand. Zarut Raldos for anyone who wants to write that down. Zarut Raldos.
Zarut.
Zarut. Zerrut.
is 'cause I'm too far up.
What's up?
I'm too far up. I can't even hear what's going on.
Actually, while it's speaking, you hear it clear as day.
Oh.
And Yorick, I need a history check from you.
Bro, this is a thinker. A
Man.
thinker.
History.
You know what he does?
That's an 8.
That's an 8?
That is an 8.
You guys are sucking shit at history checks. Okay.
Give me a
So,
history check.
so yes,
Can I re-roll about this?
no, you rolled at advantage and got a 6. So Yorick, you would know that it is a thinker, and you know what they are, and you heard of the name Zarut, but you're unable to pinpoint who this one is. But you, the same as Vidar, know that it is one of the 6.
I think what's got my mind occupied is, holy shit, are we on his good side or bad side? So I'm just terrified out of my mind right now.
And as Zarut is speaking, it's Malador. It feels like the same exact feeling you got from Ghost Rider. The voice is just everywhere. It's in your head, it's in your ears, it's around you, it's in your chest, it's in your stomach, it's in your spine, it's everywhere. Just there is no way of getting away from its voice. It sounds beautiful and terrifying at the same time. All of you, everyone is, all of you are unable to really like understand what's going on, understand how you're supposed to feel. Should I be afraid? Should I be honored? Should I be down on one knee? Like none of you have any clue how to react right now. It's like meeting your favorite celebrity for the first time.
I don't think Malador would care.
Well, whether you think Malador would care or not, Malador cares, because it's just one of those things. It's a feeling Malador has never felt before, because even around the people that he admires, when he sees them, he's like, okay, yeah, it's just another person. This one, you're unable to really control that starstruck. So Zarut continues, it would appear you are all not from around here and do not belong. Am I correct in assuming that?
Yeah. But hold on, wait a minute. You can tell me about this. Just pull the gold sword.
I have no interest in physical weapons.
I just want to know about it.
Well, as he says, put it away, you literally put it away without even.
Oh, he was putting it away anyway.
Yeah. Yorick is doing what?
I'm gonna use Thaumaturgy to call down. That would be my fault.
Come on down here, friend. He raises a hand, and Yorick, you are just levitated against your will out of this door frame and brought down to the surface of the ground with your friends.
Okay, that was cool.
Now, this could all go very right for you all, or it could go very wrong. Which would you prefer?
I'm not trying to fight you.
That is not what I mean, because there would be no fight. How would you?
Think we could have
One
some
of
for once.
one of you has killed multiple members of their family. You have all disturbed the peace of this land.
My bad.
You clearly do not belong here, and you don't understand the culture. So I
Nope.
ask again, do you want this to go very right or very wrong?
If
I
you're
will-
asking,
You need to be quiet. I will ask the one that accidentally brought you here. How do you want this to go, young warlock?
We don't want any trouble. We want. We have no reason for hostilities.
He just kind of like does the left head tilt, squints the eyes. You weren't trying to come here, were you?
No, I was
It's
trying to take us to Gaudium, and this is where we ended up.
I know who you have in your pocket. You dare dabble with that. And you all dare follow him.
he's not my friend at all. I hate him.
Gaudium. Gaudium, you say? That is where you all wanted to go?
Yeah.
Opinion now, were we?
I mean, I wanted to go back to Coast City.
Then let's go back to Coast City.
Yeah, we probably should go back to Coast City.
Very well. Coast City it is.
Thanks, man.
Good luck on your travels.
High five.
No.
What is he for?
Cool. I don't know. Thought it'd be cool.
We appreciate your kindness. Thank you.
So let me just say in the presence of Zarut, if you guys were any less than who you were, you'd be pissing your pants at this point. Let me just make that very clear.
Who says I'm not?
That's very true if you want to
I'm
be.
glad I'm wearing dark colored pants.
Yorick, I
I'm wearing the
actually
brown
need a
pants today.
Yorick, I need shit just in case, right? Yorick, I need a wisdom save from you actually.
Let's see. I'm good at those.
Yes, you are. You have advantage and a +7, you fucker.
$13.
13. Okay. So, please join hands.
So that's a no on the high five.
Join hands.
Got it.
Do you join hands?
Yes.
Okay. Yorick, you do not join hands.
I do not.
You do
Okay.
not join hands. As a matter of fact, when everyone else joins hands, including Garrison, you are attempting to walk toward the creature. You are attempting to walk closer to the tiefling. Unable to walk toward the tiefling, but you are trying to walk toward the tiefling. You're stepping and walking as if you're stepping and walking, but you're not going anywhere.
He wants to booba.
As the rest of the team behind you is joining hands.
Yorick. Yorick.
You cannot respond.
Who's closest to him?
You.
Okay, I reach out and try to grab him.
Okay. You reach out and grab him?
Yeah.
He's still trying to walk, but you now
Okay,
have
yeah,
your
I
hand
grab
on his
one.
shoulder.
Okay, can I move it down to like his wrist or his hand area, his wrist?
Sure. I mean, he's still trying to walk, so as you grab his wrist, his other hand is still swaying as if he's walking.
Can I try to pull him back into a group and swing him, kind of get him to a point to where one of the other people can grab his other hand?
As you try to grab him, he's not. You can't budge him.
Can Malador just go punch him in the face?
If you feel it's necessary, sure.
Yeah,
Roll the hit.
it's necessary.
Roll the hit.
That is a 17.
That hits, and your unarmed strike is what? That's a 3. Okay. So you hit Yorick in the face for 3 damage. He's still trying to walk. Doesn't break him out of it.
I try to persuade him.
Well, I mean, what is the order? So Steve would be on the outside. Whose hand are you grabbing?
Yes, Vidar's.
Vidar. Vidar has with his right hand is holding Steve's hand. With his left hand is grabbing Yorick's. So who is on Vidar's left?
It would be who was holding Steven's hand on the other side.
Probably Malador.
Malador would be to Vidar's left,
Yeah.
who then broke ranks to go punch Yorick.
Yes. Yes.
And then Merida would be on the other side of Malador. So at the moment, the chain is broken. We've got Steve, Vidar, Malador, who's not holding on to anyone right now, and then Merida, who's on the other side, and then Garrison, who's on the other side. So Garrison and Merida are holding hands. So the broken link in the chain right now is Malador and Yorick. Well, no, Malador, because you have Yorick.
Yeah, I have
So
Yorick, and I'm holding on to Steven.
Well, don't we
So the
all
only-
need to hold hands?
So the only one not holding on to anyone's hands is Malador,
Yes.
because
But
you went up
doesn't-
and hit Yorick.
Doesn't Yorick's hands have to? We all have to hold each other's hands, like everybody, like a circle kind of.
Yorick is being grabbed by Vidar, so he is technically
Yeah,
in
but-
the chain.
Okay.
Okay, well,
Then yeah.
after Malador smacks Yorick, Merida's gonna grab his arm.
Works for
Okay.
me.
So Merida goes up and grabs Malador.
Malador, grab his arm, grab his hand,
Yeah.
grab his wrist.
Okay. And
There's a chunky in the way.
okay. And let me actually make sure you guys make
Go
it.
to Coast City. Oh my god.
Please, God, please don't let us go through that again.
I'm ready to be dead.
At
I
least
want to
it's
kill something.
oh, time.
Okay. And what would that be? That was a pretty good goddamn roll, but what would that be? Let me consult the chart.
Is the Thinker teleporting us back?
Yep.
Yes.
But it's still a
Coast
teleport.
City is.
But it's still a teleport. Regardless. It's not
So
the
he's
book
not
teleport.
all-powerful.
It's not the book teleport, but it is a teleport nonetheless.
So
Thinker
he's
was
not
like,
all
"Hey."
powerful.
So you guys appear about 2 feet above a body of water
Sweet.
Oh.
and then fall in and splash. And as you guys are 2 feet above the water, taking about half a second to figure out where you are at the docks of the rich district of Coast City. As you then fall below the dock and hit the water.
I've been in this water before.
I'm gonna
Yes,
swim
you
to
have.
shore.
I'm gonna take off to shore.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get on shore.
All right, you guys all climb up onto the dock. A very, very familiar sight as when you first got to Coast City, only this time it's not on a really cool pirate ship. It was just plop into the water. You guys all met and survived one of the 6 thinkers.
Were we not supposed to survive?
I
We should
mean,
have fought him.
if it
Yeah,
Wasn't-
if you wanted to start campaign too early, we should have fought him.
We technically
Vidar and Yorick, one more time. History checks.
Please, for the love of everything that is holy.
That's a 3.
12.
That's a 3? With
That's a-
advantage, you got a friggin' 3?
I don't have advantage.
You do on this.
Do I?
You do on this specifically, yes. Yorick
Oh.
is a big history buff, and this was a thinker.
Wow, double 11s. Okay. Yeah, that's 12.
So you both got 12s. Okay. So as you guys are getting up to the docks and trying to finish dripping because you are now soaked from head to toe, both Yorick and Vidar, you guys both look at each other and realize throughout the history of when these thinkers came to be, no one has seen them, no one has heard them, and there's not much of a reason that you can think of that you should have survived.
We're the chosen ones.
I mean, plot armor.
I think we're the chosen ones. I think we're just pitied.
Either that or because he seemed to know a lot about us and everything that we've done.
Especially
So
Yorick.
we might be their reality TV show.
The big thing is
Entertainment.
they're watching us.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we care?
Because they could,
Leak all our secrets.
as hard as we fought to keep ourselves alive and survive every ordeal we've gone through, they can, with the snap of their fingers, just say no.
They can just erase us from.
Yes. No
Find
matter
that
how
hard to
strong
believe.
we are, they stopped a world war, a continent-wide war, just by thinking, coming together as a group and thinking.
Seems too far-fetched to me. I mean, I believe that something was
Hey.
fixed.
Hey, it's your funeral. I'm just saying that I am going to be more careful about the shit I do.
I don't think a damn thing's gonna change for me.
Okay. All right. And as you guys are having this conversation, you hear off in the distance, you feel the ground start to rumble a little bit. And you hear off in the distance.
Please, Ryle or Troc. Please, Ryle or Troc.
It's gonna be Ryle. Ryle and Willow.
Malador!
Yep, there it is.
And you guys see this silver-haired, I can call her a fox because she's gorgeous, just a body tackle Malador onto the ground
Ah, fuck!
as the mechanical spider stops, lowers down to the ground, and Ryle, that you guys have been searching for fucking ever, it seems, just climbs off it nonchalantly. Where have you been, man? It hasn't been the same without you here.
I don't know where the fuck I was. I met a thinker.
What's a thinker?
He doesn't know what a thinker is?
And
Who would know what?
Willow just has you on the ground. So you're trying to talk to him in between her, like, not really letting you talk. Until she looks up and spots Merida.
Fuck.
You brought a bear?
I always bring that bear.
Why does the thing think I'm a bear every single time?
I have to pet her, and she takes out a
No,
hairbrush.
stop! I'm gonna grab her.
How
let go of me.
No, you're not gonna pet her. You did it. You do it every time. She's fine.
You've met Merida before.
You have met Merida before. That's weird.
Yorick
This is a whole person. You can't just say I'm gonna pet them.
Wait. Can I make an insight check on them? They're acting very weird.
Well, they've met Merida before.
They're acting very weird.
Give
They've
me
done
an
this
insight.
before.
Give me an insight with advantage.
Something's clicking here.
Turns out this is all just an illusion created by the thinker.
Yeah, that's an
God dang
8.
it.
That's an 18.
Yeah.
This is the exact event that took place when you guys first came to Coast City.
Right.
I
Did
wouldn't
he
know about that.
Other than the fact that Steve was here, because he was not. So Steve, you did not experience any of this, but the rest of you did.
This man sent
It
us
is.
that time.
It is the exact way that they. It is the exact way that they approached down a spider. It is the exact way that Willow tackled Malador. It is the exact reaction she had toward Merida.
I'm gonna spin her around. Hey, what day is it? When are we?
What do you mean? When are we?
Because
I have not. I have. Hold on. I have not seen you in over a year, and you're worried about what today is.
What are you talking about? We've seen you already.
When? You just up and left. You've been gone for over a year, and what are you talking about?
When did I leave? How did I leave?
You just left without saying anything. You wrote me a
right. Yeah, I wrote you a note. Yeah.
You wrote me a note. It was beautiful, by the way, especially coming from you. But you just took off without notice.
We are not in the right time.
I don't see anything wrong with it.
Has he been drinking again?
Not this.
Or smoking that. Let me ask. When's the last time you saw Charlie? Have you been smoking that crap again?
Oh. Yes, but hold on. Wait a minute. That has nothing to do with the conversation. No, hold on.
Why is he talking about weird times? He's been. I can't even talk to you.
We are frozen in time. We are in the Matrix right now.
And she just walks toward Merida with her hairbrush. Come here. It's a bear.
It's a lot of deja vu here.
Yeah.
We've been through this situation before.
Like it.
Okay, you guys might have been through this situation, but I haven't.
We came here with a big old pot that threw lightning bolts. He was a weird dude.
That planter pot's gone. I'm here. But like this time I would have been in what's the Relictus at this time. Not here. So what's going on at Relictus if I'm here?
What is happening right now?
Well, let's hold on. For the sake of metagaming, Steve, because of who your character is and what your character does, please give me an intelligence check. And
oh boy, I've got a -1. Oh, that's an 18.
Okay. You know, because of your grasp of time, because of what you do and who you are and what you stand for and your whole background, at this point in time right now, you would not have been in Relictus yet. You would have still been in Salvetti.
I was in Salvetti.
I believe so. Where were you before you took the mission?
Quickminster.
That one. You'd still be there.
Oh.
At this point in time. So we're talking, what, 2-3 months? 2-3 months ago. In your character's timeline is where we are right now. You guys were in Coast City for a while, right? With all like the
Right.
time skips and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah. You
Yeah.
guys have been there for quite some time.
Yeah.
We've been there for like 3
Hot
weeks.
minute.
More than that. You guys have been there for more than 3 weeks.
Because there's been 2 festivals.
Yeah. There's been 2 festivals, all the shit you guys have done, all the time skips you've done. You guys have been there for longer than 3 weeks. It may feel like 3 weeks, but it's been longer than 3 weeks.
Can I
You guys
try?
You guys have been in Coast City for about 2 months. You guys were in Coast City for about 2 months. With all the shit that you've done, the festivals, the time skips, everything that you guys have done in the interim, been about 2 months. So Steve, with your background and your ability to really like tell time, you know at this moment, standing on the dock, experiencing them saying this is all deja vu, you would not have been here.
I need to get to Delictus or Quickminster.
Huh?
I don't know. I'm not supposed to be here at this moment if this is in the past. I'm supposed to be in a whole nother kingdom. I shouldn't be here. So why am I here at this moment? What's that gonna change?
Merida, you're being accosted by a hairbrush again.
I mean, hopefully she can get out all the burnt stuff.
So once again,
I've got fire burn she can brush out of there. I
yep.
got freaking acid squirrel shit that she can brush out of there. I'm in.
Yep. So once again, you guys are just watching Willow in her brand new state of confusion. Goes up to Merida once again and just starts brushing her out. But a very familiar sight indeed. Other than the fact that Merida doesn't fight this time.
I just know it's not worth fighting at this point. I've already been through it, so it's just like.
And Ryle, of course, approaches Malador. Where have you been, man? You've missed some really wild parties.
Dude.
Hey, listen,
I'm gonna stop you there.
Listen, I want to let you know, if you're here to talk to your father, he's not here. We haven't seen him in weeks.
No
I
fucking
don't.
shit. He's in the bottom of a hole in dire like this big ass fucking hole.
How do you know that? Wait, how? Have you been getting messages from him? Because we haven't heard from him in a while.
No,
He
because
left
I've
on
already
some
done
mission.
this shit before, man. Shit is fucked right now. Shit hit the fucking sun, man.
Willow, I think he has been smoking some.
No, dude.
Did
I'm
Charlie
sober
get in a
right
new
now.
shipment or something?
Look at me. Look at my eyes. I'm sober.
Did Charlie get in?
I kind of want to go along with this. Yeah, Malador, you're crazy. You've been smoking some of that ganja.
I hate you so much.
God, Malador,
did
you're
he-
crazy, dude.
Did Charlie sell him something at some point?
Charlie
I know
sold
he
him
got-
so much stuff.
Fuck off, Vidar. I hate you so much.
He is.
I think.
So we have done.
Yeah.
Vidar, you're starting to become impure.
I'm taking.
Impure.
Yeah.
You're impure.
Yeah.
Merida at this point is just like purring and just being brushed.
I'm not.
Like falling into a sleep on the ground.
No, but on a serious point, Malador is not under the influence of anything right now other than all of us being freaked out that we have come back in time. Because we've been, the last time we left Coast City, we had been here for about 2 months. We met Malador's dad. We fought, I'm not going to say, we done a bunch of, we've been here in Coast City for a long time, and we've lived through this moment before. This is not the first time that Merida is getting pampered and by whoever. This is not the first time
Willow
this has
works
happened.
for my dad, apparently. Already knew
Hey,
that.
whoa. I never said I worked for your dad. And I said that I've met him and I stay at the cookhouse a lot. He said I worked for him.
So you did say that.
Are you sure he hasn't been smoking anything?
If he's been smoking something, all of us has been smoking something
If
because
he
we've
is-
lived through this before.
I've been
Are you-
drinking.
Are you are you sure he hasn't been are you sure he hasn't been smoking anything?
Okay.
Is that normal?
Something's weird.
Is that normal?
Come on.
Okay, Malador's using he's gonna use his detect evil.
Okay. Nothing's coming up.
Nothing?
Nope.
It tells me celestial, elemental, fae, fiend, undead. Nothing?
Nothing.
I'm gonna detect magic.
Nothing.
Really? Because is Coast City
Oh,
glowing
yeah,
at all?
broke my pickle.
Because Coast City's
Sorry.
usually glowing.
That's
Nope.
the cat walking across the keyboard.
You cast detect magic, and from what you guys can remember of your whole memory of Coast City, is it should be one giant enchanted city.
Yeah, it should be shining.
You
like
cast detect magic and nothing. The only thing that glows blue is anything magical on you guys, like your sword, Yorick's book, anything magical you guys are carrying is the only thing that glows blue.
Within the 30 feet, other than what we have.
Yorick, you also notice, again with your stupid high passive perception, that symbol that was on the inn in the rich district and the library is not there. It's a whole different symbol.
Things are weird.
Which only you would notice at this point, by the way. That symbol on the flag that was outside the door, not there.
I know that was different. I want to go check it out.
Okay. Also, with your, just as another note, by the way, and I have to keep telling you this shit. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Give me a perception check, Yorick. Because I can't fucking tell you everything. I hate that your perception's so high. Give me a perception check. Because I want to know. Yeah. Well, yeah. That's sounds about right. Looks about right. Which your perception, you do have advantage, and it's +7.
23.
23. So at the same time that you notice the symbol on the flag outside the door is different, and you take a couple of steps forward to go investigate, you catch from the bottom of your left eye, your book is no longer the jet black binding that it was before. The book is now blue.
Okay.
What?
We're in Freaky Friday.
That's not right at all.
Do you still head toward the building?
I'm gonna stop and inspect the book and see if there's anything else that's different with it.
How much are you inspecting?
I'm gonna just take it out, look it over, open it up, flip through a few pages.
Okay.
And then
With that, I'll allow the same perception check because you just did it. As you're flipping through it, as you're going through it, the herbs and components page that you ran into before, completely different. It is now, instead of your like fire based and dark matter based and basically like the herbs and the components that made dark matter and light matter, all of your various spells, everything in it is different. So as you're inspecting it, none of the herbs and components match to anything that you've done before. Adam is not in your book. None of the others that I told you about are in your book. And the blank pages that were there before specifically for teleport are no longer blank. The scripture, the handwritten writing in there that explained how the teleport spell worked, not there. Now, instead, basically on the page where the handwritten explanation of teleport used to be there, now it's a handwritten spell on how to make homemade apple pie.
I mean, wait a minute.
So as you all, most of you have realized already that this seems to be a replay of what you've done before. You've noticed various differences. You've noticed some glitches here and there that don't make any sense. Yorick has definitely noticed a couple of things that are different, as Malador is focused on Willow and Ryle and just the repeat. And Vidar is trying to get a handle on things, and Steve is realizing that he isn't supposed to be here at this point in time. Merida is sleeping, getting brushed, so she's not paying attention to anything. As you're all just trying to figure out in the moment this confusion, what's happening, why it's happening, where did Zarut send you? We're going to end there for tonight.
Ah, man.
Freaky Friday. Where are we? When are we?
Hell yeah. So, another thing that I'm going to do, just, and I know we're still on record, but another thing that I'm going to do. Actually, yes.
Really?
Dope.
Let's go.
You guys are all going to level to 8 now. So while we're on record, go ahead and do your rolls, pick all of your shit. Another thing is, Vidar, I know you need to leave at midnight. I get that. Because you have to be up early in the morning. That's fine. Anyone who wants to stick around when I say goodnight and I'm done with the record, anyone who wants to stick around, because I'm going to hit record again and we're going to talk about the session. Like afterthoughts, recap, shit like that. And not just this one, but like anything. Anything game related. Past, and present and future. Because I know y'all, every time we leave a session, every week we leave a session, everyone has questions and comments and concerns and just theories and shit. And I'd like to start hearing about them, to be honest. So basically the session discussion that we usually do in Discord, I'd like to start doing here. Jill, you look like you're ready to just hit the keyboard with your face. I'm not even gonna lie.
I'm okay.
Okay.
I promise I'm okay.
Few too many cocktails, because I'm right there with you. Yeah. Okay. I gotcha. But yes. Go ahead and do your rolls. Tell me what you guys get, by the way. Remember, everything is manual at this point. So you do the level up in your character creation. Your con mod will immediately add, and then you roll your dice. So whatever class it is that you're doing it for, that's the die you roll. You roll it in Beyond, and then
Yeah,
you add that.
You can find out. Just click the short rest button, and it'll tell you what die you have to roll.
Yep. So
Don't
like,
take the short rest, but you can click the short rest button in D&D Beyond, and it tells you D8, D10, D12, whatever.
So like Garrison, I'm not gonna level up. That's gonna be him. But like Malador, you're either
I got
choosing
3 more hit points. Yay.
Okay.
I rolled max. I got 10.
There you go.
Dang.
So Malador, are you doing Barbarian or Rogue?
Rogue.
You're doing
'Cause I want
Rogue.
another feat.
So that would be up to level 4. So then your con, it would automatically add +2, and then you rolled a 3, so you manually put your 3. It'd be, you go into manage, manage character and levels, and then D&D Beyond will load up. You click 4 on the Rogue, and then you click on manage HP, which the +2 already went in.
Manage HP. Oh, I see it.
Well, It should have immediately, when you did manage character, it should have immediately gone to your barbarian and rogue. You leveled up to 4. You click on the manage HP, which your +2 already went in, and then you click on override HP and you make it 67 because you rolled a 3, and then you click apply and you're done.
Cool.
And then you just go in and do all your feats and whatever else you get.
Yeah, I'm still looking at feats.
Feats. But yeah, go ahead and everyone roll in beyond what they got for their health. Vidar got 10. Fantastic.
Well, yeah, it
Malador-
boosts me up. It boosts me up 11 because my con is +1, so I got 11.
Hell fucking yeah, man.
I got 11 HP.
Yeah, that +1 automatically went in, so you're just
Yeah,
gonna manually
Yeah,
do
so
the
I
10.
just added the 10
Oh,
and then added the
nice.
1 for me.
Hell yeah, Steve, you got 7, and your
What happens
con
if I
is
take this spell feat?
+1.
the spell fee. I think you
I
get
take
spell.
I get
So,
spells.
what do I set the override HP to?
Whatever it is +7.
Okay. Oh, wait, but then...
Whatever it's showing plus, because it automatically added the +1. So whatever it's showing there, you just add +7. So like for an example, right now it would be showing 46 because it's +1. So then you add the +7 to that, which would be what, 53? 53 would be your new health.
43 was... Okay, wait.
Well, your health was 45. You leveled to 8, which immediately put your +1, which would make it 46. Your override would now be 53 because you rolled 7. And then you click apply and you're good.
Okay.
Then just go in and do all of your other shit. So where is everybody else? I see Vidar's roll and I see Steve's roll.
What's the feat to remember everything?
Keen mind.
Keen mind.
All right, I'm taking that one.
Yeah,
That-
increase your
I
intelligence.
just
Always know
increased my
which way is
charisma.
north. You always know the number of hours left before the next sunrise or sunset. You can accurately recall anything you have seen or heard within the past month.
Yes. So once you reach
Actually,
30,
no, I don't want that.
once
I
you
don't think
reach
it's good.
31 days, that past shit starts to blur. But yes, that's why I tell you guys to write notes, because if you write down notes, then I either automatically allow you to remember it if you can tell me what the notes say, or I just have you do an intelligence roll and then I tell you what it is. Always write notes. So I have Vidar's roll and Steve's roll. I need Yorick's roll, Merida's roll. I did not see
Shadow Blade
yours.
do?
Dude, I'm sitting here just watching all of you. You're just quietly staring at the screen.
Yeah, I'm trying to choose a feat right now, bro.
So
Leave
all
me
your-
alone.
Seriously, all of your faces are just fucking fantastic. Please roll your health in D&D Beyond.
Gotta make sure you're not cheating.
No, I just want to see it.
So, question: what are you gonna do if I do the AC boost and I have a 22 armor class?
He's gonna have to roll above a
Okay.
22.
Yeah?
Allow you to have the AC boost.
Okay.
Listen,
There's a
you
lot of good
having a
choices.
Listen, you having a 24 at level 1 was too much.
Right.
You having a
Now it's a
24
little different.
at level 8, okay.
Oh.
But yes, Yorick and Merida, please roll your health in D&D Beyond, please, and thank you. It's just fascinating sitting here watching all of your faces. For real. Every one of you are just staring at the screen. I don't have to level up.
What is
You don't have to level up.
Ooh! Nee.
Well, that's fucking useless.
If I use infestation, do rats appear, or just the fleas, mites, and other parasites?
With infestation, I allow you to customize it as long as it's not out of control. So if you want rats
I
instead
want
of,
rats.
but keep in mind, whatever you choose, that's what it is.
I want rats.
Okay. So your infestation would be rats. That's it. You can't change it after that.
I don't care. I want rats.
I took crossbow expert.
Do you have a
okay.
crossbow?
He does have a
Yes.
crossbow. That, I believe, adds more to the roll and adds more damage to the crossbow.
Not really. It makes it to where I ignore the loading property of the crossbow. I don't get disadvantaged with if I'm within 5 feet, and if I'm wielding my rapier in one hand and make 2 attacks as my bonus action, I can use my crossbow as a 3rd attack.
So, you guys are all now level 8.
8.
So, one thing that I do once my players all reach level 8, which you guys are, I believe you're all going to like.
You kill us all.
Well, yeah, that too. But what I allow is 2 things. One, for my, how many here can, I mean, aside from Garrison, because he can't do anything but fight, how many here can do spells and melee?
I can't yet, but I can if I want to right now.
With that new thing that I got with the Blood Hunter, I can do spells when I use a specific thing, but it's just like a spell attack. It's not a named spell. You know what I mean?
But does the spell itself do damage, or does it just enhance? Does it just enhance your melee?
I can shoot it, and it
Okay.
does damage. Like I can shoot it from my rapier.
So here's what I allow.
Hi.
Whether you're melee or you're spellcaster or you're both, here's what I allow. You get to choose one thing, whether if it's a specific attack with a specific weapon. So like Vidar, let's say you choose your crossbow. What I allow at level 8 is for you to do 2 attacks with your crossbow, even if you're not even if your sheet says you're not allowed to. That's what you do. Merida, if you had like your chill touch, like your favorite spell, your chill touch, you can now do chill touch twice in 1 turn.
Okay.
Oh, that's dope.
But it's one thing and it does not change. You choose one. You either choose a melee to do twice, or you choose a spell to do twice, and that is it. And it cannot be above a level 1 spell.
Okay, I have a question.
So my warlock spells I can't use.
Why?
Because
they're all cast at the maximum
highest level I can.
It's different for a warlock though, because you don't have a choice.
Okay.
If that is all you do, because that's all Steve does. He doesn't do melee shit, right? He's just spells.
I mean, he has a rapier and he is a hexblade, but he's mostly just spells.
So it's up to you. Whether
I'm
you
gonna
do
take the spells.
I'm gonna take the spell as well.
You can choose one, and you can now do it twice. So instead of like, you can only cast the spell for an action, and then 1 if it's a bonus action. That's the normal rule. Now, 1 spell of your choice, you can do twice in 1 action.
Okay.
Twice
Yeah,
in 1 turn.
my little spell attack I could do shoot for my rapier. I'm gonna choose that one because the feat that I got with my crossbow already makes it to where I can shoot it twice in 1 round.
Okay.
Because of multi-attack.
So the feat you just chose now makes it so you can do it twice.
Yeah.
So
I ignore the loading property.
Okay, so now my thing would allow you to do it 3 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a Dazzy's Void Bolt.
It's adding another one.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My thing allows you to add another one. So if you already have a feat that's allowing it twice, then my thing gives you another one. But that is it. Like, you're not allowed to do that with anything else. Yeah.
Yeah, so I
what
could
was
attack twice with my rapier. Then my bonus action, I would shoot with my crossbow, and I could do it again.
Yes.
That's 4 attack. Do okay. I'm doing that.
Can I use it on my chain?
To attack twice with your chain, yes, but
Be able to grapple with my chain twice. To
well,
attempt,
no,
at
because
least.
once you grapple, if you pull back to break it, it breaks the grapple.
I know, but like, let's say I fail the first one, would I get a second chance then?
Yes,
And
if you
that's what I want
succeed
to
on
do.
if you succeed on the first one, pulling it back is useless. But if you fail on the first one, if that's the thing you choose, then yes, you can try it a second time.
Yeah, I'm
That's
doing
awesome.
that.
That's
Just make
awesome.
sure you guys
Absolutely.
make notes of that. That's what I do with my players at level 8, and
And
you
then I'm
guys are
also
actually
gonna take the grappling feat.
well. There you go.
There you go.
That's
gonna-
gonna be
You guys
think-
are actually only the second group that I've ever done this with, so.
I really like that.
I'm gonna
So
do
yeah, like-
Gazzy's Void Bolt.
Okay.
Twice.
Yeah, do it. Just make a note of it. Just make a note of it somewhere
Put, like,
on your
3
person.
asterisks next to the name.
Ooh,
Yep.
ooh. What would? Okay, I have a question. With this feat, I can use my action to. You can use your action to try to pin the creature. So on the next turn, if I still have them grappled, I can also use. I can also try to pin the creature grappled by you to do so. I can make another grapple check. Would that make more fire damage? Like, even boost the damage? Since it's like
Well, no,
pinning?
because
I'm confused.
your damage boosts anyway.
Right.
Your damage already boosts. As the whip, your damage already boosts.
Right.
As long as you grapple them every turn, that damage goes up.
Right.
As if they fail the roll to get out of it, your damage already goes up. So you're just increasing the chance to grapple.
What roll do I make to grapple? Strength?
I think so. It should say it right on your weapon.
No. Hold on.
The hell chain?
Yeah.
I think they have to roll against you.
Yeah, I need to raise that. Because that sucks. A strength 13 save.
Yep,
I need
it's a
feet for that. Strength saves.
Yep. So if you wanted a feat in order to increase your strength saves or just increase your strength, because the 13 it's 8 plus your proficiency plus your strength mod. That's
Yeah,
what
I need
makes
that
13.
I need the 13 to go up.
Yep. So that would be finding a feat that increases your strength or increases your saves on strength.
All right, I got to bounce.
Yeah, I'm heading
Alright.
out too.
All right,
Peace.
fun session. Fun session. We got to be the
Amazing
thinker.
session.
Yeah,
You
very
did get
fun.
to meet a thinker.
Yep. All right. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Captain.
Later.
Thank you.
Adios.
Peace. Damn. And then there were 3.
Or
Steve left and Vidar left. How's it coming along, guys? Specifically my 2 magic casters there.
Stop it!
The cats are trying to roll dice.
They're fighting over here.
All right, yes. As for you listeners out there, thank you very much for watching. If you made it all the way this far, I should have actually stopped recording a while ago, but I didn't. So, yes, we love you and hope you keep watching. Later.
Bye-bye.
Butt plugs.